The first attack that we're going to implement in wireless will be the WEP attack. Now, if you remember from a previous video, we explained that in wireless, we mainly have three different encryption keys. We have the WEP and WPA and WPA version 2. So when we set up on the previous videos wireless and we set up a key, and if you recall, there is a difference between the key and the password. We had three different options. Now the first option was WEP, and as I explained on the previous videos, that WEP is the weakest key because it uses an encryption protocol called RC4, and this is very easy to crack. So in RC4, if you capture enough encrypted packet, you'll be able to get the key. WPA are using RC4 as well, except with a longer key, but it still can be cracked. While WPA2 are using AES, which is considered very strong encryption protocol, but also we will be cracking this key as well. So in the first video, we're going to take the WEP key and we're going to see how to capture packet and how to get the key from there. We used to do that with some simple tools like CAN enable. So if you check CAN enable, there is an option that is called wireless, where you can select the network adapter and you can start scanning, and it will capture the packet, and when you get enough packet, you'll be getting the key in this field. The problem with CAN enable that especially in the attacks that we are doing by capturing those packets, I'm looking for a specific kind of packet which is called the IV packet. So not all packet will be useful for me to extract or to get the key from. So when we are using tools like CAN enable will capture any packet. So if you have an access point that don't have that much of traffic on it, and only 2 people are connected or 3 people are connected, and they are browsing the internet and they are surfing, it will take long time because it only the only useful packet is the authentication packet. So it only wait for people to authenticate to be able to get the packet. So if you get like a couple of users that they are already authenticated, it will take very long time, sometimes weeks or even months. So these tools, it's a very weak tool, especially if the access point is not a very active access point. And instead, we're going to use the tools inside the G-Track, which is, it exists actually in G-Track and Backtrack and Kali Linux. And the advantage of using this tool is that it generates this code. It will create a fake authentication, try to authenticate to the access point with a fake authentication packet. And when the access point reviews that, it will generate this IV packet. So the applications that we're going to see right now, it will generate those packets. So it will take less time to authenticate. So let me start my G-Track. And let me increase the size. So when it starts, I'm just gonna need to increase the font a little bit so I'll be able to show you what I'm doing. Now, if this G-Track was installed, I don't have to keep changing the setting every time. But since I'm using it as a bootable Linux CD, so whatever setting I'm doing, once I restart, it will be removed, including changing the font size or applying any setting or IP or background. Okay, and then I'm going to open the terminal and I will change the color as well. Click on OK and close. And let me check the network adapters that I have installed. So as you can see, we have the Ethernet and we have the wireless network adapter that I connected to my laptop. Now, this wireless adapter, if it was not connected, it will not be showing here WLAN 0. Besides, when you connected, you will not be requested for any driver or software. It's a plug and play, but you have to get this specific network adapters that I explained on the previous video, which is the alpha network adapter, because it supports managed mode. I told you by default the network adapter work in managed mode, but it also supports monitor mode, and it supports injection mode, so it can capture other traffic from the network. This is why the monitor mode is used, so it can capture traffic. Besides, since it supports injection mode, so it can inject packet, and it can simulate the access point, so it can create a fake access point. By default, when you install it, it will be showing as WLAN 0. By the way, sometimes when you plug the USB for this card, it will not be showing here. It will be showing on the physical machine. How to import the WLAN 0 here? You just need to go here and go to the player, and in a removable device, okay, you just need to network adapter. It will show here. Just click on disconnect. Now it's already connected, but if you disconnect it from it, it will be connected to the host machine, to the Windows machine. And same concept apply for any other removable device. If you connect an external hard drive or a flash drive, sometimes it will be detected by the host or the physical machine, and sometimes it will be detected by the virtual machine. So to be able to switch and navigate between them, we do that from here, from the application, and go to removable and ask to connect or disconnect from the host machine. Okay, now the second step, it's to create a monitor mode, because now, as I told you, the network adapter, the wireless network card or adapter, are working as a managed mode. It cannot monitor other people traffic. So I need to do that. I need to transfer it to a monitor mode. So I can do that by a command called arrow mon. So you can type mon and type tab. It will continue the command by itself, and type start and WLAN 0. And he did create the WLAN mode, and to verify that, I can retype ifconfig, and you can see that a new interface has showing, which is the mon 0. So now the network adapter are working in monitor mode, so it can monitor other people traffic. Excellent. Now let's start our tools. So I'm going to go to GTrack, radio 802.11, cracking, and go to Jerix Wi-Fi. Yeah, this is on Jerix Wi-Fi cracker. It's a graphical tool that is very easy to use, and it's doing a lot of things. It can crack the WEP key, crack the WPA, create a fake access point, which will be one of the attacks that we're going to be doing later. And fake access point, you can create a fake SSID, but the network card should have it should have an injection mode, so it can inject the beacon, so it will act as an access point. So from the same tool, you can also create a fake access point you can crack, so it has a lot of function. Now when you start using this tool, you have to go first to configuration, and you have to make sure that monitor mode is showing here. If it was not showing and you missed this step, you can do that from here. You can click on this WLAN 0 and click on that, enable or disable monitor mode. So it can be done from here. Then once you're done with that, you start clicking on scan the network. So I have here rescan the network. So it scans the network and it shows some access point, and I'm going to take the first one, and this is an access point that I set up for testing. And by the way, I just need to confirm that for wireless attack and for any other attack, you have to set up your own LAMP. Do not test that on other people. This is illegal. So you can set up your lab, you can tune how hard it is, but you should not do that on other people unless you have an approval for that. And this is what the course is all about. So I'm going to take this one, which is a WEP key. This is a very weak key. It will be encrypted in a few minutes, but it's just an introduction to cracking the key. So target is my access point. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go to WEP key. In WEP key, I'm going to click on start sniffing just to show me that the access point is here. And you can see that the access point, it's showing this is the access point and the BSSID, which considers the MAC address, and those are two clients connected to this access point. So I know that this access point has two devices. Then we're going to go to web attack with no client. So can I click on that? And you're going to notice that there is two attacks. There is the shop attack. We will not use this one because this is in case the access point signal are very weak and it's taking time. We're going to take the fragmentation attack. And what those options will be doing, those four options, it will just try to authenticate with a fake authentication with the access point, and it will get a fake authentication packet, and it will keep sending that to the access point to generate those IVs that I'm looking for. And once I capture enough of those fake authentication packet, I'll be able to get the key. So let's do that. We're going to do associate with access point, and you can see the status down there. The authentication is okay. Then fragmentation attack. I will try to create a packet and test it and let you know if the packet successfully. So he created one packet, and let's see. Is it this one? You just click on yes. Okay. He's going to test it, and he's going to tell you that you need that amount of packet to be able to get the key. So we are done with the second part. Then we click to create the ARP packet to inject to the victim. Fine. And finally, we inject the created packet. And we click on yes, and we let it run. Now they are saying that after 5,000 IV packet, so authentication packet, you'll be able to get the key. But I found that if you capture more, like 100,000 or 150,000, this will be actually very quick to get the key. So I'm gonna let this one running. It will take about maybe 8-10 minutes. I will keep it running. I will not change anything. Once I get the enough amount of packet, I'm gonna show you what is the next step. So I'm gonna keep it running. I'm going to keep it running, and once it's done with the packet, we will resume from that. It takes around 70,000, and then it gave me an error message. So I'm going to try to check if it works or not, because it gives me that the network is down. So first, let me see if the packet that he captured is enough to get the key or not. Now, notice that the capture that the traffic that he captured, it was saved on this specific file. So you can manually do that if you don't use this application. You can get this file and try to crack it. But in our case, I'm going to go first to the cracking tab, where it will take this file and try to crack it. Now you're going to notice in the file that it's saying that if you are able to get more than 5,000, you'll be able to get the key. So this is the amount of packet needed. So we're going to wait if he was able to get from those traffic or from those packet enough. He was able to get the key. This will be fine. Otherwise, you're going to have to repeat the attack. So No, it doesn't look good. No. Okay, so let's do it one more time to the web attack, and let's inject the packet one more time. No, so you're gonna need to do it from the beginning. Associate and generate the packet. It seems that there is a problem with the access point. Let me check. Start sniffing. Okay, so I'm gonna shut down the program, and I'm gonna check if the network is up or not. No, it's not. So that's what I thought. The network adapter has been disconnected. Let me disconnect it and connect it one more time. And let's wait for a few seconds to capture that, and let's repeat the step one more time. Yeah, and what is the next step? If you remember, we need to transfer it to mon mode, or create a monitor mode, WLAN 0, and then we can check that the monitor mode is there. Now we can go to this application. What is it? In radio, under 802.11, cracking, gyretics, Wi-Fi cracker. Here you go. And let's go to the configuration. Scan. It happens from time to time. It's not a very stable network adapter, so it get disconnected, but this is very rare. And this is my access point. Okay, target. Now we're going to select this one, and we're going to go to web. We're going to start sniffing just to make sure that the network is there, and hopefully a device is connected to it. Then we go to, by the way, it's important if you got an access point that has a device connected to it. It will be much more faster. So most of the access point you're going to find in any way some device is connected to it. Now let's go after that to the client, the attack with no client. Let's associate. I don't need to repeat the step. I just explained it a few seconds back, and we click on yes, and yes, now it's ready and we can associate and start capturing. So we're going to go to the third one. Here you go, and then we're going to start capturing the packet, and we're going to have to wait one more time. So I'm just going to make sure that the network adapter is connected all the time. I will not do anything, and we're going to wait until 100,000, and I think this will be good to go. So let's wait. So we are almost 100,000. It took like 11-12 minutes. So yeah, here we go. So I think this will be enough, hopefully. So I'm going to stop capturing, Control C, and I'm going to wait. And then we're going to go to cracking and click on crack, attack, or decrypt the key. And here you go. As you can see, this is my key, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the whole process takes like about 10-15 minutes, because as we explained, WPA are very, very weak. But also no one is using, WEP is very, very weak. The encryption protocol that is using is very, very weak. But as we explained, no one is using WEP anymore. Most people are using WPA2, and this is what we'll be explaining on the upcoming video, how to crack WPA2 in 2 different ways. So thank you, and let's resume with the WPA2 cracking. Thank you so much.